Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE Elimination Chamber 2021 review. So yes, last night we had Elimination Chamber, and it was pretty good. You know, the two chamber matches were very good, and some other good stuff. But I think on the whole, it was just a good show. Not amazing, but not rubbish either. Yeah, I have 7 matches to talk about. So yeah, let's get to it. So quickly on the pre-show, we had a fatal 4-way match that the winner joined the United States Championship match on the main card because Keith Lee was injured. I've heard Vince McMahon just gone off him, but sadly, whatever. Yeah, John Morrison, Elias, Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet. And it was a good little 7-minute match, you know, a lot of back and forth action. You know, these 4 very talented guys in the mid-card. And in the end, Morrison hit a roll-up pin on Ali to win. So yeah, Morrison joins the triple threat match later on in the card with Riddle and Bobby Lashley for the US belt. Cool. Then on to the main card. Yes, to kick off the show, we got the first Elimination Chamber match. Yes, for the immediate WWE Universal Championship match. Yes, we got Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. And I think it's safe to say this was definitely match of the night. I really enjoyed this match. It was just great. So back and forth action between 6 very, very good wrestlers. You know, I think this was great. So Daniel Bryan and Cesaro start. They do a lot of technical wrestling to begin with. You know, back and forth. You do a lot of like outmaneuvering each other and outworking each other. You know, I'd love to see Bryan and Cesaro in like a proper pay-per-view singles match. It would be amazing. But anyway. So those two got off wrestling for a while, and the first to come in was King Corbin. Then he comes in and just starts battering poor Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro just wiping the floor with him like fucking hell. King Corbin just bashing them all over the ring. Then in came Sami Zayn, but he's like, no, I don't want to come in. I don't want to come in. But the other door was open, and Cesaro just walks in and goes, come here, and grabs Sami Zayn. That was funny. And then they get wrestling for a little bit. Then Kevin Owens comes in after that at number 3, and Kevin Owens just starts wrecking house, like, getting all fired up, hitting bombs on everyone. Corbin, actually, after dominating a little while, Corbin got eliminated by Cesaro with a sharpshooter. And like I said, Owens entered. Then Jey Uso entered last, and Owens and Jey Uso had a good little fight for a little while. But then Kevin Owens eliminated Sami Zayn with a stunner. But then Jey Uso and KO got back to fighting, and he trapped Owens' arm in the main door of the chamber and performed like multiple super kicks before eliminating Owens with a superfly splash. I wasn't expecting that. So Owens gone, and then after a back and forth battle between Bryan and Cesaro for like a good 5 minutes, which was really great. Jey cheekily eliminated Cesaro with another superfly splash from a super kick, and Cesaro got eliminated, which I think pissed off a lot of people because a lot of people wanted to see Cesaro get that big push tonight. But you know, he did really well. I think Cesaro looked amazing, and there was so many cool climbing moments, obviously throughout the match. It was like KO doing a moonsault and everything. There was a spot where Cesaro was like jumping off the side of the cell, the side of the chamber, which was really cool. But yeah, it was sad to see Cesaro not get the win. But then the final 2 was Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso, and in the end, Bryan countered Jey I think it was a super kick or something, into a running knee. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yes! And Daniel Bryan wins the match, and it was great. It was a great 34-minute match. This was a very good Elimination Chamber match. It's just a shame it wasn't for a belt or anything, or for a championship opportunity. Well, it was for a championship opportunity, but not at WrestleMania. No, literally right after. So Bryan's just dead. He's like, oh Jesus Christ, he's exhausted because he began the match. So he wrestled 34 minutes, but Bryan's just like done. And then out comes Roman Reigns, and I'm like, oh no. See, out comes Roman, and it's not long. Well, Roman goes for a spear straight away, but Daniel Bryan counters into a yes lock, and like, oh my god. But no, Roman just pulls out of it because he's fresh, isn't he? And Bryan's exhausted. Pulls out. Then Roman hit the guillotine choke, and Bryan passed out, and yet Roman retained. Poor Bryan. He just wrestled 34 minutes to just get squashed by Roman. I felt bad for Daniel Bryan, man. But then when we think it's all crap and gloom, out comes Edge and spears Roman. I was like, oh! Then he looks at the title and he points at the WrestleMania sign and all the 5X go off, and on this day. So yeah, I think Edge just confirmed who he's facing. So yes, it's Edge and Roman at WrestleMania 37 for the Universal Championship. Oh, god damn! Fame. I think that could be a really good match. Yeah, and as cool as this movement was, I just felt really bad for Daniel Bryan because he just wrestled 34 minutes in a hellacious Elimination Chamber match, and he just gets squashed and gets forgotten about. So I feel like Bryan's got more to do here. I think Bryan's going to come out on SmackDown and go, I want a proper match where I'm fresh against you, Roman. So maybe we're going to get Bryan and Roman maybe at Fastlane. I think that's what they'll do, yeah, at Fastlane. Or maybe they find a way to insert Bryan into the match at WrestleMania. Maybe Bryan, Edge, and Roman. We will see. But it was a good match. Definitely the best match of the night. The Elimination Chamber match, yeah. And Edge coming out and challenging Roman was great too. So yeah, Edge and Roman is confirmed for WrestleMania. And maybe Daniel Bryan will get a match against Roman at Fastlane. Yeah, because they had a match at Fastlane 6 years ago, didn't they? So yeah, we will see. Then on to the next match. Yes, we had a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. Yes, we had Bobby Lashley defending his belt up against Riddle and, of course, John Morrison, who won on the pre-show. And this was a good 8.5-minute match. Bobby Lashley just dominated the first few minutes. Oh my god! Like Riddle and Morrison had to like proper team up to get any chance. And Lashley was just powering both of them because he was such a big guy compared to Riddle and Morrison, just powering through both of them. But then eventually Riddle and Morrison actually started to get some licks on him, and Lashley's outside the ring for a little while, and Morrison and Riddle have a little exchange in the ring. But then Bobby Lashley comes back in. He looked like he was close to winning, but then there's a few pinfalls that are interrupted. But then Morrison grabs the MVP's crutch that he's using, and he whacks Bobby Lashley with it. I think it was Riddle. He whacks Bobby Lashley with it, who has Riddle in the full Nelson, I think, or Morrison in the full Nelson. And Bobby Lashley just proper sells that, gets off the ring. And then Matt Riddle hits a Bro Derek on John Morrison. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit. Matt Riddle is the WWE United States Champion. Whoa. I did not see that coming. That was a huge shock. I mean, whoa. So yeah, Matt Riddle is now the new US champion. Whoa, I really did not think they were going to take the belt off Bobby Lashley. You know, Bobby Lashley's was US champion for over 170 days, one of the longest United States Championship reign in 6 years. So he's been so great and dominant as US champion. So this was a huge shock to just see him lose it here. But at least he didn't take the pinfall. He was outside the ring, so Bobby Lashley was semi-protected. Yeah, fair enough. It's an end to his title reign. It was a big shock. I really thought Lashley was going to retain. Now Keith Lee wasn't in the match. But yeah, what a shock. Go Matt Riddle. Bro. Matt Riddle's first main roster belt. He looks made up, and Lashley was fuming. Like, what? But this frees up Lashley now for the main event scene, which we will talk about at the very end of the card, because we can see where they're going with Bobby Lashley now, aren't we? Oh, dear me. But yeah, Riddle, the new US champion. Bro! And then we probably got the weakest match on the card. Yes, we got a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Yes, we got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending their belts up against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, and this wasn't great, was it? It was a bit of a stinker, not gonna lie. The chemistry just wasn't there. There was quite a few botched spots throughout the match, a few miscommunication spots. Like there was a bit where Sasha did this Meteora and it just failed. Like Nia tried to grab him the gun, it just a few weird tag-ins. It's like they didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this match, because it was kind of maybe last minute. So maybe they only had a day or two to rehearse the match, and maybe that's not enough time. So maybe the chemistry wasn't all there too. I mean, but these four are very good wrestlers. We know Sasha and Bianca are amazing, and Shayna and Nia are pretty good too. So, but maybe just the chemistry wasn't there, and some of the spots didn't work out. It was just sloppy, man. It was a pretty sloppy match. And then at the end, Reginald comes out with like a bottle of Prosecco or champagne, gives it to Sasha, and Sasha's like, "What are you doing?" The ref takes it off her, and the ref's like, "What are you doing?" That distracts Sasha, and then Nia just awkwardly grabs Sasha. Samoan drop, 1, 2, 3. Sasha Banks gets pinned clean. Sasha Banks, yeah, it was just a bit of a dopey finish, and Sasha Banks gets pinned clean. I know there was interference with the Prosecco and Reginald, but yeah, a bit of a sloppy finish. And Sasha Banks got pinned clean. I mean, when was the last time Sasha got pinned clean? I think it was when she was feuding with Bayley, wasn't it? Before that, I don't know, but yeah, so is what it is. It just was, yeah, it wasn't a good match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retain, but yeah, what did this do for Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair? Because if they're going to be having a match at WrestleMania for the SmackDown belt, this match didn't do a lot to help them. It made them look a bit crap, to be honest, which we know Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair are not. So maybe they'll on SmackDown, Sasha will be going to Bianca, "Where were you, Bianca? You left me to get pinned by Nia," and maybe that feuds conflict between those two. So I think that's definitely going to be a match at WrestleMania. Sasha and Bianca for the SmackDown belt. Yeah. Then on to the main events. Yes, we had the main Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. Yes, we got Drew McIntyre. Hey! Yes, defending his belts up against AJ Styles with Omos, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston. Because, of course, The Miz took himself out of the match, which we will talk about at the end. So, yes, Kofi Kingston took The Miz's place. And, yeah, this was good. I don't think this was quite as good as the first Elimination Chamber match, but it was definitely good. It was still 31 minutes of great wrestling inside a chamber. So yes, to kick off the match, Randy and Jeff Hardy started the match. So they wrestled for a little bit. Those two have a lot of history, don't they? Came Drew McIntyre at number 3. It was cool. So Drew McIntyre did the marathon performance. He entered the match. Him and Randy have a bit of back and forth with Jeff. Then Kofi Kingston comes in. Kofi, woo, you dead. Kofi comes in. It was great to see Kofi in the Elimination because remember his amazing Iron Man performance in the Chamber 2 years ago. It was great against Bryan. And AJ Styles comes in at number 5, but with a little help from Omos because Omos breaks down the barrier outside the chamber, just takes it off, and AJ's like, thanks Omos, thanks Omos, and he just comes running in. What? So AJ starts coming and beating up everyone. Oh, this is funny. So the first elimination was Randy Orton. Yeah, Kofi hit like this really roll up on Randy. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! So Randy was out of the chamber after 8.5 minutes. So that was a big surprise. So Randy didn't last long at all. And yeah, Randy in pure frustration just RKO's Kofi, RKO's Jeff, I think too, or AJ, and he's just proper fuming. And he just leaves. And yeah, no Fiend, which was very surprising. No Fiend or Alexa Bliss, nothing. So what was with all those teasers on Raw about the Fiend coming back, all those cryptic messages from Alexa? Well, this would have been the perfect chance to bring back the Fiend, in the chamber. The lights that go out, boom, the Fiend's behind Randy, claw, sets up their match at WrestleMania. No. So what are they saving it up for? Raw? Fastlane? When are they going to pull the trigger on the Fiend coming back? Because I'm starting to run out of patience now. It's been 2 pay-per-views now, and no Fiend. Bring him back now, please. Come on, Alexa, bring him back. Anyway. So yeah, Randy went out first. And the next one to get eliminated was Sheamus came in, and he and Drew had a big brawl. Those two. I've had a lot of feuds going on. I've had quite a feud going on SmackDown now. But then Sheamus eliminated Kofi with a bro kick. Good to see Kofi. Kofi got a few good spots, like those big dives off the pod he got. That was a really cool spot. So Kofi got his cool spots in. Then Jeff Hardy, who lasted quite a while, performed a swanton bomb on AJ before he could go for the pin. Boom! Claymore out of nowhere. And McIntyre eliminates Jeff with a Claymore. But Jeff Hardy did pretty well. He lasted... How long did Jeff Hardy last? Jeff Hardy lasted, 25 minutes. So he did a lot better than he did 2 years ago when he got eliminated straight away after a swanton. But yeah, cool to see Jeff Hardy get a bit more time this year. So yeah, Jeff Hardy went out then. And then the final 3 was AJ, Sheamus, and Drew. The final 3 after a little miniature triple threat for a while. This was cheeky. Sheamus hits a broad kick on Drew. It looks like, oh my god, he's going to pin Drew. But then out of nowhere, AJ hits a phenomenal forearm on Sheamus. It kind of saves Drew a little bit. Well, I did think Drew was going to kick out, but anyway. Yeah, Sheamus is gone. So the final 2 is AJ and Drew, just like it was at TLC. These two again. This end was great. So AJ goes for another phenomenal forearm on Drew, but Drew counters the phenomenal forearm, poof, into a Claymore. Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful. Caught Styles midair with a Claymore and retains. Yes, the big Scottish bastard retains. Yes, just as I thought he would. And I was so happy. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, oh no, Miz is going to come out, isn't he? Because before the match, we saw Miz talking with MVP, and I was like, that's going to lead somewhere. And it does. So yes, when Drew's all celebrating, yeah, I won, I retained after a 30-minute performance, yeah, Drew McIntyre. But then out comes Bobby Lashley, spears Drew, and starts beating him up outside the ring. I was like, oh no, what's going on here? Is this going to set up a match at WrestleMania or something? And then then he hits the full Nelson on Drew, and Drew's just gone, and he's on the floor like that. And then Bobby Lashley's like, get out here. And then, I came to play, oh no. Out comes Miz with the fucking briefcase. Ding, ding, ding. Miz officially cashes in. Oh, he hits like a DDT on Drew. Drew kicks out, but then he gets Drew up again. Skull crushing finale. Boom! 1, 2, 3. And and your new WWE Champion, The Miz. Oh, man. Yep, and I filmed this live when The Miz cashed in, and it's safe to say I was not happy. I swore quite a lot, so I apologise for the language, but here it is.
Miz is cashing in. Miz is cashing in on Drew. Oh, fuck me. Oh, no. Skull-crushing finale. Fuck me. Fuck me. Oh, Miz is champion. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, man. Oh, God. Miz has cashed in with a lot of help from Bobby Lashley. Oh, fucking hell, man.
So, yeah, I was not happy. I mean, oh, man. So, yeah, The Miz has cashed in, and The Miz is now WWE Champion again after, 10 years? Because I believe he held the belt in 2010, 2011. So, yeah, he did, didn't he? So, yeah, The Miz is WWE Champion again. Oh, fuck me, man. And, yeah, he's probably at the end of the match. So, with a lot of help from Bobby Lashley, The Miz is WWE Champion. Oh, fuck me. I thought The Miz was going to cash in, but I really thought it was going to be a failed cash in. But, oh, man. So, The Miz is WWE Champion. And, oh, man, it's... No, I've got nothing against The Miz as a person, and I'm sure he's a great guy. Mike Mizanin, a film star, TV star, great guy with a family and kids, big house. But just as a wrestler, I cannot stand his character as a wrestler. And he's a heel, Adam, but it's not just as a heel. I just hate him. The Miz talk, he's been the same character for 10 effing years, but now he's WWE Champion. Oh, God. But the only thing I can think of is that The Miz is definitely going to be a short-term transitional champion. I think he's definitely only going to hold the belt for Fastlane. I think definitely Drew is going to win it back at Fastlane, or Bobby Lashley wins it at Fastlane, because I think the main match for the title at WrestleMania 37 is going to be Bobby Lashley and Drew now, because after Bobby Lashley pretty much interfered and beat Drew up before Miz came out. So I think that's where they're going at WrestleMania. It's going to be Drew and Bobby for the belt, either who holds it. So I think Miz is only going to hold it for a month, thank God. I think he's definitely going to be a transitional champion, a filler champion, because The Miz needs to be free for his match, his tag team match, teaming up with Morrison against Damian Priest and Bad Bunny, doesn't he, for WrestleMania? So yeah, there's no way he's going to hold the belt for that match. So yeah, I think Drew will definitely win it back, or Bobby will win it at Fastlane. So as annoyed as I am about Miz winning the belt, I do think Drew is going to win it back, or like I said, or Bobby wins it at Fastlane. So thank God. I do think the Miz is only going to hold it for a month or so. So yeah, we can put up with Miz on SmackDown for a month on Miz TV. Yeah, I got the belt and all that. But yeah, he's only going to hold it for a month. I guarantee it, because the Miz going into WrestleMania 37 as WWE Champion? No. So that was my Elimination Chamber prediction. That was my Elimination Chamber review. What did you guys think of Elimination Chamber? I thought it was a pretty good show. Both chamber matches were solid, very good. Edge and Roman, that's pretty much confirmed now. I assume Daniel Bryan's going to get a match against Roman at Fastlane to get his payback. Riddle winning the US Championship was a big surprise, but yeah, fair enough. Go on, bro. The women's tag team match was, the stinker of the night, definitely. And Miz cashing in was a big shock, very big shock. And yeah, I'm not annoyed as I should be, because I'm not as annoyed. I'm not that annoyed. I'm not going to go on a big rant, because like I said, I don't think Miz is going to hold it for very long. So I think Drew's going to win it back, definitely. Oh, either WrestleMania. So yeah, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I will be back probably in the 13th of March with Laura for our Fastlane prediction video. Yes, for Fastlane. I might do a video before then. It's my birthday tomorrow, just thought I'd let you know. Yes, I'm 26 years old tomorrow. Oh my God, 26. Yes, I'm getting old. Wrestling prediction videos. Hello. Woo! Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in March for Fastlane. And Miz, fuck you.